right.
Thanks, Mark.
All right. Are we ready? Well, first of all, we got to give a lot of credit to Pitt. They did a great job today. Coach Narduzzi and his team did a super job. Those kids fought hard and played a great game. Fans that were here supported them, and those guys gave them something to cheer about, and got to give them credit for what they did. A year ago did the same thing to Clemson, and so our hats are off to them. For us, we hadn't lost in a while. I guess we went 15 games in a row without a loss, and hadn't had to go into a locker room and try to do something besides cheer and jump up and down and celebrate. So a little bit different. It's been over a year since we've had to do that, and I think the guys. I know the guys are hurt. I know I'm hurt. Our coaching staff, everybody associated with our program, I'm sure, is hurt by it. But that's football. That's life. And the good news is we're about to play for the ACC championship here in 7-8 days, and we got to get rested up and get a good plan and get ready to play that one. So with that, I'll open it up and see what y'all want to ask.
Mark, what was a little bit of kind of the mentality or the reaction in the locker room? Because, like you said, it's been
they were quiet. They listened intently. They, I think, they understand that how to act. So I'm proud. I told them I was proud of them. We've never had any kind of issue with effort, and that's number one. What kind of effort are you giving us? You're giving us everything you got. That's all we can ask for, and those guys are doing that for sure. And but yeah, it was tough in there. It's tough. Should be.
Mark, I guess a couple things went bad. The running game was never started today.
Yeah, I didn't get much there. The throwing and catching part, we struggled. Some of it was a little bit was protection. But, it's not always going to be perfect protection. It's not always going to be a guy wide open. It's not always going to be a perfect ball. But, we just missed too many opportunities to complete balls and gain momentum, move the chains, and maybe, score touchdowns. They defended us well, and we certainly didn't help ourselves at times.
Mark, you talk about the decision to take Malik out and how did you
Yeah. Well, we did it mostly because he was struggling hitting his target, I thought. And I may look at the film and feel a bit differently. But, we put Evan in there. Evan is a guy that I knew was ready to go. He's always ready to go. He's a great competitor, and he's been a great teammate to Malik, and he's been a great teammate to everybody on this team by being ready, staying ready. And, didn't really get many opportunities, obviously. But I think he was on the right track of decision making and all that kind of thing. I know a ball got batted, and I can't remember what else might have happened there. There was a sack somewhere along the way. We missed a blitz that we practiced about 1,000 times. But then when it got down to the 1-minute drill, Malik's just had the most experience at it, and. It wasn't like, hey, Malik, you're done for the rest of the year type of thing. It was just kind of, we're going to make a change right this minute. I said, you might come back in this game. I said, it's still got a long season to go. So, but I felt like, Evan Mike could give us a spark, and I did it when I thought there was still enough time to possibly get a couple drives, and it just didn't work out.
In your mind, how did Malik respond?
Well, he was good. He actually, after the first drive that Evan had, he said, any chance I could try to come back and lead this team? And I said, all right, I'm putting you back in. And so I thought he responded well. He wanted to get back in there and be with his teammates. And that was, was prior to their last touchdown where the decision was made to put him back in. We were hoping to get, one more stop. That's all we've been asking a lot of our defense to get one more stop. But, after they scored, we still were in a 1-minute drill, and we were trying to do what we did, score, maybe get an onside kick, get the ball again, and put another one on the board. But it just wasn't to be.
Special teams was a little bit of a struggle as far as that goes, punting.
Yeah, he is punted so beautifully. especially in camp and during the competition phase and even early in the season. And he hit one that looks like what you would think would be his normal kick. Boomed a high one and a lot of hang time, good distance. But he has struggled some. And, we're doing what a lot of teams across America are doing as far as, directional kicking and pooch kicking and things of that nature. And I think some of that's new to him. And the combination of all those might be an issue. But he catches the ball extremely well, which is important, and his operation time is very quick. And that's the first part of punting is your operation time quick enough where we're not concerned about the ball, getting blocked. And so I know he's got a great future. I think he's going to be a great punter for us, and he'll probably punt beyond us too. He's that kind of talent. He's just got to, get back in sync.
Maybe it's the pressure of being a freshman and stuff.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes you just get off track a little bit, and in punting, it's fractional on whether you drop it just right or not. So he's probably like really close to being his normal self, and we believe in the kid.
Also, Mark, what's your job now as coaches? How much tougher is it to get these guys back mentally?
I think there's an awful lot to play for yet. We have no idea what's going to happen, even in the big picture. How many teams have lost a game on a Friday and come back and got back in the top four? How many teams have lost one game and won a conference championship and got right back in it? Who knows? So we don't know, and we have to, keep our hopes up in those regards. But the bottom line is, Miami's never won an ACC championship ever. Miami's never played in the game. We're about to do that. That's a lot to play for.
Mark, the passing problems, I guess, were obvious, but did you guys ever get a handle on what was going on up front? The offensive line?
As far as running or protection, or
trying to run the ball and everything?
I would think that when we watch film, there'll be a few missed assignments in there. I think Coach Searles felt like during the game there's a couple times that was going on, and is it because they did something new? I doubt it. Because they believe in what they do, and they do it game after game and year after year, and they do it well. And my guess is we had some situations where we didn't get a hat on the right people every time, and I think there's probably some times when we just didn't get movement or whatever it may be. But I got to look at it. Protection too. You can't always say it's the offensive line. You just can't. Even like the last sack and fumble of the game, was a running back protection issue. And so, everybody's got to do their job. And we just didn't do a good enough job starting with me.
Do you feel like, from human nature being what it is, do you feel like there's any part of this that was maybe players are a little bit overconfident,
I doubt it. But, you get used to winning, and you get used to being behind a little bit, and you get used to saying it's going to be okay. And, that might have come into play somewhere along the way, but it came down to them playing better than us today. And I'm not going to take anything away from what they did, because they beat us.
Will you talk about the playoff at all
with the guys? With the players?
Yeah.
I doubt it. People will talk about all the scenarios, and I basically just talked about it. That's the most I'll say about it. It's like when it comes to playoffs, when it comes to recruiting, when it comes to anything, the greatest thing you can do for those things is win, and that's what we're going to focus on for this week.
Couple more guys. Mark, what were your impressions of Pitt? He hadn't played that much.
Did great. He did great. He did a good job of not putting the ball in harm's way. I use that term. He didn't throw it up for grabs. He made good decisions. When he pulled it down, he was athletic enough to get some first downs and move the chains. And, we're out there trying to cover everybody, and he took off a few times. And, a couple times it might have been us with what we call our rushing lane integrity, and sometimes he's just a good athlete. The bottom line is when you're rushing the passer and everybody else is covering, if you don't get him immediately in a sack situation, then he's going to have some grass, and he took advantage of that. But he did more than that. He made some nice throws. They did a good job moving the pocket with some bootlegs and all that kind of thing. And of course, the last play that before they were taking a knee, great call, fourth down. We got to get a stop. Well, at that, we got to get a stop, and they ran the naked bootleg and nothing but grass. He had enough juice to get in there. One more, if you got it. All right, thank you.